design, and I met someone today who is from IDEO. It's you, wasn't it? Yeah. So she does product design. Everyone know what product design is? A lot of people nodding in this room, right? It's about product market fit, designing a product that meets the need of a customer, all that kind of stuff. And then behind that, there's agile and all of these disciplines that get that to market, make it, modify, and all that stuff. That's product design. And it really was formed out of, PRDs and MRDs and all that kind of stuff we used to do a long time ago, and it's now a real art, and the folks at IDEO are the leaders in that world of doing that. Then there's a whole notion of company design. It's about what the business model is, how you take a product to market, how you organize your company, the sales model, all that stuff, right? And so those two things are really important. But the thing that was missing, and Jeffrey Moore's work on company design, that is to say taking a product to market, was extraordinary and still is. It's one of my favorite works. And Reese's work on the Lean Startup and a lot of the work in the sense of product design is also really cool. But there was this thing that was missing, which was, that's not how, when you ask someone how they make a purchase decision, it's not based on it's faster, it's better, it's a better thing, it's something else. And it turns out that something else is the problem that it solves. And so I'm going to give you two examples. One of them that a bunch of Australians come across on a regular basis. They want to come up and meet me in Tahoe. They land at San Francisco and they call and say, hey, what sort of car should I get to Tahoe in winter? And what do I say? I say an SUV. And they go out and they get an SUV and they drive up. Now, that communication we just had, no product, no benefits, nothing. What was it? What's an SUV? A category. Right? It's a category of products. Now, there's Ford SUVs, and then there's large size, medium size, small size, all kinds of sizes. But it's the notion that an SUV solves a very specific problem, right? And that's how our brains actually work. And another story that we love to tell, and we actually tell this story in the book, is a guy called Clarence Birdseye in 1920. So you have to roll the clock back. 1920, a long time ago. No computers, no airplanes. And at that time, getting fresh vegetables, if you lived within a mile of a farm, you got fresh vegetables. If you didn't, you got a whole can of yuck. Okay? And he was in the north of Canada watching the tribesmen up there, and they would fish. They would grab fish out of they cut a hole in the ice, grab the fish, drop it on the ice, it would flash freeze. They would then take it away, put it over their igloo. 3 or 4 months later, they would eat that fish. So he said, well, gee, if we could do that for fish, we could do that for vegetables, can't we? Sure enough, he can, and he created the whole notion of flash freezing. And he created this kind of dialogue in the public, and he was very outspoken about it. It's like, the problem is you don't have fresh vegetables, and if you don't have fresh vegetables, you don't have all these vitamins, and as a result, you're eating substandard food, which means you're not getting the right nutrition, and you need some fresh food, but you can't get it, ta-da, frozen foods. That category, when you walk into Whole Foods now, there's aisles of frozen foods. He was the inventor of that category. That's how our brain works. And if you think about every other thing in your life, is that you think through, if someone speaks to you as in terms of a problem and you associate with the problem that they're saying, you've got my attention. But if you start talking to me about, I've got a faster carboningulator, I don't even know what you're talking about. And it's just gone. So you need these categories. It's the way our brain works. It's the way our filing system in our head works. And if you don't take responsibility for creating that category, somebody else will, and they will put you in it. And there's a funny story about, anyone see what's the name?